Welcome to TheoTrade. It's Don Kaufman here, May 13th, 2026, minutes after the cash close here on this Wednesday afternoon with the S&Ps. Well, the chaos continues. Up some 45 handles, the NASDAQ ripping again, up some 1%, but there has definitely been a change of pace in this marketplace, and I do believe you're going to see some considerable two-sided trade. First and foremost, on my mind, coming into the close today and really the entire trading session, it wasn't about the fact that here we are again rallying back. It's the fact that no matter what has been thrown at this marketplace, especially in the last 48 hours, it is ignoring every bit of news. If you needed a sign, of some real issues in the marketplace, well, I don't think you have to look too far. You look at CPI. You look at PPI, which came out today. For those of you that did not necessarily see PPI, that is what the Fed has specifically said was its inflationary indicator of choice. Well, that's the Jerome Powell Fed. Of course, we're heading into the Kevin Warsh Fed. Nevertheless, that PPI came in absolutely smoking hot. And the market's reaction, minimal to the downside. Right out of the gate this morning, we saw some sell side. And of course, everybody's like, oh, they bought the dip. It's not dip buying, it's call buying. Okay. The gamma squeeze kind of continued here. And that squeeze was in large part, it was actually led this morning out of stocks like Nvidia. Nvidia out of the gate this morning was incredibly strong. Nvidia continues to squeeze to the upside. Meta then kind of turned on the juice as the day went on and actually formed its own squeeze. By the way, I saw some amazing amounts of calls being bought in here throughout the course of the day. Things kind of leveled out, but Meta actually, back on the bid. And of course, Tesla also continues to squeeze to the upside. What's interesting is that last week we were talking about, Intel, and here, let's bring it up. Last week we were talking about Intel, which kind of flattened out today. We were talking about AMD, which is actually down today. We were talking about stocks like Dell, which, all right, it rallied, but for the most part, massively unchanged. But Micron continued to the upside here. The point that I'm trying to make is we are rotating, from I think the peripheral, which is the SMH and the semiconductors, some of the chip related stocks, and we're rotating back, to some of the leaders of the pack. Of course, Google, protruding once again, it also on the bid. So the major tech stocks, gripped hold today, and we actually continued this rally. So why the change of tone? Again, I'm really deeply bothered by, if you will, some of the rotations that you're seeing here. Market breadth, once again, it sucks. And I've been saying this for like the last, it's almost 10 trading sessions. The market breadth sucks. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about with like market breadth, the easiest way to substantiate that would be like advanced decline line. And I'm actually going to show you that this morning, out of the gate, when there was that sell side activity, we actually had really close to correlation. In the S&P 100, we actually had 80 products, to the downside in the S&P 100. Again, it's the S&P 100 out of the gate this morning. And there are sectors like the financials, which I happen to have a position inside of the financials right now, a short position, and the financials continue to see sell side activity. And of course, a lot of people look at this and go, it doesn't matter. The marketplace keeps staring, laughing, and going, I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree. But we're actually seeing some other products start to defect, possibly a little bit like Caterpillar, which has actually been on the bid. And then when you start to look, at different sectors, home builders, it's absolutely horrendous out there. The utilities, continue to kind of drop. When you start looking at like XLP can't get out of its own way. This is actually consumer staples. XRT, it's horrendous in here. This is another like retail kind of ETF. The regional banks taken a real hit in the last couple of days, and I continue to point these out. The materials sector, all right, still got its bid under it, but nothing is this driving force behind the marketplace. There's nothing that's a driving force other than the usual suspects. That's it. It's you got tech and you got nothing else. But when I get concerned about markets, okay, is when they don't pay attention to something like CPI or PPI, and that is deeply concerning because we could be heading head on with the kind of inflation that we're seeing, head on into a recession. Nobody cares as long as the capex, as long as the spending continues in big tech. Okay, we're all gonna be all right. Of course, nobody will have any capital to do anything because inflation's actually eating us alive. But it's okay. So there is an error, if you will, in my conversation over here of fundamentals, okay, that come into play. And as a trader, I don't think that fundamentals have any place. But when you're getting these data drops, okay, and the data drops are probably horrendous for the marketplace. I mean, there's always an argument that inflation is good for a marketplace. Okay, I actually don't disagree with that. Out of control inflation is not good for a marketplace. Where I am a little surprised though is it's not necessarily in the pop in the S&Ps because you saw more call buyers come in. It's areas like gold today, okay, that I would have expected to really rip on those inflationary numbers. But as I said to you, okay, it's a marketplace where there's not any longer pockets of strength. Okay, there's no more pocket of strength. The strength comes out of tech. Okay, a handful of tech companies, and as I said a moment ago, that's it. There is no other area. There's no other focal point. And if you didn't have if you owned a couple of stocks that are not involved in tech, okay, your performance probably looks something like the XLF on a year-to-date basis. On a year-to-date basis, the XLF is down some 7%. Okay, that is not good. Then again, if you own Caterpillar, which is trading like a tech stock right now, you still have 50% year-to-date basis. Now, I'm going to switch gears entirely and throw something else at you. Okay, when we actually saw the CPI report come out, the PPI report come out, again, it's minimum movement in the S&Ps, and the S&Ps, okay, they literally bottomed out 15 minutes into the trading session, and they rallied. I would be a little, though, remiss not to mention stuff like Walmart, okay? And I want to bring this up because I was rather shocked this morning out of the gate that Walmart exploded to the upside. It's almost, okay, breakout kind of territory. And I was kind of asking the question, why are we seeing, okay, strength out of Walmart? Is this a duck and cover right now? Is this a rotation, okay, into a sector that, well, if tech is not necessarily going to get it done the remainder of the week, we're starting to move to Walmart. Keep this in mind for the remainder of the week. These are underlyings like Costco, Walmart, okay, even Target that have kind of Target backed off the last couple of days, but are continuing and like right up against like breakout. I believe that Walmart probably is going to break out to the upside in the next couple of trading sessions. And my estimation in here is that this breakout is for all the wrong reasons. The other aspect that should also kind of resonate with you is volatility. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and preach to you that volatility is going up because it's not. I mean, the VIX is basically flat into this. And if you take a look at the VVIX, okay, the VVIX is high. It's high for the fact that the marketplace is literally, cresting into all-time highs every single day, right? So clearly some professionals are hedging in here. I'm not, afraid to say that. But the cautionary tale is that we're at a position right now, if we continue higher, the VIX is going to explode higher with the marketplace going higher, similarly to what we actually saw earlier this week and late last week with the marketplace rallying. Look, you're going to get at this point two-sided trade. What does that mean? It's markets that are going up and down. That is, if you will, the theme of the week. And with that in mind, okay, some two-sided trade to me is a good thing. Okay, I'm already hopping on, in positioning right now. Sure, on intraday and zero DTE, I'm definitely scalping some of the major tech stocks. Today I actually did kind of an unusual trade. I went out, it was kind of ironic. I went out and actually bought an iron condor and sold an iron condor. It was basically 100% return. I bought an iron condor this morning, 727, just like, an hour into the open, sold it 2 hours later for 100% gain. Then I was able to actually scalp on the bearish side of the marketplace in the XSP towards the close. So there's a crap load of opportunity over there because we are starting to see some two-sided, but I want to kind of reiterate here, okay, where are we on the week and why I'm just like preaching about like two-sided trade. You're going to get some two-sided trade, okay, because volatility at this point it makes it for a lot of professional firms real difficult to want to go out and buy calls. Retail is still hot on it, right? Retail is just like, I'm going to buy calls, man. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I'm going to buy calls in Tesla. And I'm going to buy them in Meta. I'm going to buy them in Nvidia. Nvidia, by the way, was up because, Jensen got in an airplane today. Can't make that crap up. But retail's still going to buy calls. It's not going to work if the volatility, okay, if the volatility remains where it is. The volatility has got to drop, okay, or the marketplaces in major tech stocks are going to implode. So you have got to watch volatility. I'm going to talk about that expressly tomorrow morning live here at TheoTrade. But to give you a quick feel for the remainder of the week, okay, where are we? Okay, this week has, if you will, it's about a $110 move. It's supposed to be, up $110 or, for instance, down $110. Where are we right now? We're not even halfway home to the upper edge of the expected move. Okay, so it still leaves, if you will, a tremendous amount. Okay, it's an expansive move to the upside. If we're to hit the upside, you're talking 75.10 to the downside, and this is SPX, your 72.90. It's an expansive range that we could still hit. There is a SPX primary expiration and AM expiration, but specifically, I want you guys to look out with me right now, okay? Because you're more than halfway through the week and you still have quite an expected move, okay? So hands and feet inside of the vehicle the remainder of this week. And it's really surprising. Again, when you see data drops, okay? When I say data drops, when you see stuff like CPI and you see stuff like PPI and you get nothing. Okay, I think that a lot of people to the remainder of the week are expecting something to come to fruition out of China, and that could absolutely be positive for the marketplace. I don't want to, let's not be remiss in mentioning, okay, the administration right now, along with many CEOs, are over in China cutting deals left and right. Elon Musk is there, Jensen is there. Okay, some of the real players are involved right now inside of China. You can get some positive news over there, but I am telling you, okay, it's not, this marketplace isn't going to be about positive news. It's not going to be about pricing peace in, for the 130th time in the Middle East. This marketplace now, it's trade. It's a trade, and if this volatility doesn't crush back, and I'm talking tomorrow, you're going to have problems. You're going to get some wild, wicked, two-sided trade. The gamma squeeze can actually implode upon itself. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here at TheoTrade. I'm going to be at it first thing tomorrow morning, talking a little bit about this volatility and why it's such an issue for the marketplace. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.